Will the members please rise for the invocation delivered by Reverend Jerry Morton DeWitt, retired Lutheran pastor of Frankfort, Kentucky, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we lift before you all who govern this great commonwealth. May those who hold power realize their trust from you for the service of the people. Drive any and all away from cynicism or selfishness or corruption. Grant in your mercy a just and honest government. Strengthen these in this chamber to discern and accomplish even difficult decisions. Satisfy the needs that need to be met during this session. Grant these who govern to lead everyone together so that the people live in harmony and truth. And finally, like a fruitful harvest and a quenching spring, may the Commonwealth of Kentucky have the privilege of being prosperous and having security and peace. We pray this in the name of your Son. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk will sound the chimes. Members indicate your presence. Clerk will take the roll. Being 96 members indicating their presence, a quorum is declared and the House is ready to proceed. Next order of business, the excuse of absent members. Gentleman from Taylor.
Mr. Speaker, I move you, sir, that the absent members be excused in accordance with the House rules.
That objection, so ordered. Gentleman from Taylor.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend the rules for the purpose of allowing members to co-sponsor bills and resolutions or to submit vote modifications and have filed the proper papers with the clerk to do so.
That objection, so ordered. Chair recognizes the gentleman from Bullet 49, Chair of the Enrollment Committee, for an Enrollment Committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Enrollment Committee has met and found the following bills to be in order and ready for your signature. And you might want to sit down. This is going to take a while. We have House Bill 43, House Bill 45, House Bill 48, House Bill 49, House Bill 56, House Bill 111, House Bill 136, House Bill, well, they're all House bills, so 164, 184, 188, 266, 281, 293, 307, 333, 379, 388, 392, 393, 436, 448, 510, 518, 527, 529, 565, 600, and 611.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is opening day. I'm not sure my arm. Chair's about to sign House Bill 43. Chair's about to sign House Bill 45. Chair's about to sign House Bill 48. Chair's about to sign House Bill 49. Chair's about to sign House Bill 56. Chair's about to sign House Bill 111. Chair's about to sign House Bill 136. Chair's about to sign House Bill 164. Chair's about to sign House Bill 184. Chair's about to sign House Bill 188. Chair's about to sign House Bill 266. Chair's about to sign House Bill 281. Chair's about to sign House Bill 293.
Hold on just a second, sir. They didn't do the Senate message before we do that. So can we just read the Senate message real quick?
Chair recognizes the Clerk of the Senate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Senate has passed House Bill 43, 45, 48, 49, 56, 111, 136, 164, 184, 188, 266, 281, 293, 307, 333, 379, 388, 392, 393, 436, 448, 510, 518, 527, 529, 565, 600, 611, and is returning same to this honorable body. The Senate has also passed House Bill 7, 253, and 576 with letter and respectfully request concurrence of this honorable body.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Chair's about to sign House Bill 293. Chair's about to sign House Bill 307. Chair's about to sign House Bill 333. Chair's about to sign House Bill 379. Chair's about to sign House Bill 388. Chair's about to sign House Bill 392. Chair's about to sign House Bill 393. Chair's about to sign House Bill 436. Chair's about to sign House Bill 448. Chair's about to sign House Bill 510. Chair is about to sign House Bill 518. Chair is about to sign House Bill 527. Chair is about to sign House Bill 529. Chair is about to sign House Bill 565. Chair is about to sign House Bill 600. And Chair is about to sign House Bill 611. Thank you. Next order of business, the approval of the journal. Lady from Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move the journal from Wednesday, March 25th, 2026 be approved.
Without objection, the journal from Wednesday, March 25th, 2026 is approved. Next order of business, the second reading of bills. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 37, Senator Webb, an act designating the state dog breed. Senate Bill 50 with House Committee Substitute 1 and House Floor Amendment 1, Senator Storm, an act relating to the disposition of property. Senate Bill 66 with House Committee Substitute 1, Senator Storm, an act relating to the operation of a motor vehicle. Senate Bill 97 with House Committee Substitute 1, Senator Girdler, an act relating to coverage of prosthesis and orthosis. Senate Bill 189 with House Committee Substitute 1 and House Committee Amendment 1, the Title Amendment, and House Floor Amendment 1, Senator Rawlings, an act relating to the regulation of virtual currency kiosks. Senate Bill 214, Senator Howell, an act relating to the Department of Agriculture and declaring an emergency. And Senate Bill 281 with House Floor Amendment 1, Senator Girdler, an act relating to grandparent visitation.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Next order of business, report of committees. Please report.
The Economic Development and Workforce Investment Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 136 should pass with House Committee Substitute 1 and House Committee Amendment 1, the Title Amendment, an act relating to unemployment insurance. Senate Bill 249 should pass, an act relating to workforce development and declaring an emergency. The Elections, Constitutional Amendments, and Intergovernmental Affairs Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 10 should pass, an act proposing to amend Sections 77 and 240 of the Constitution of Kentucky relating to limiting the governor's ability to grant pardons and commute sentences. The Families and Children Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 156 should pass, an act relating to child marriage. House Resolution 126 should pass, a resolution urging the federal government to provide states with increased flexibility to design and test innovative approaches that reduce barriers to employment and promote economic self-sufficiency among individuals and families receiving public assistance. The Natural Resources and Energy Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 39 should pass to rules with House Committee Substitute 1 and House Committee Amendment 1, the Title Amendment, an act relating to fishing in privately owned lakes and ponds. The Primary and Secondary Education Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 1 should pass to rules, an act relating to education. The State Government Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 52 should pass, with House Committee Substitute 1 and House Committee Amendment 1, the Title Amendment, an act relating to ensuring fair permitting and licensing practices. Senate Bill 68 should pass with House Committee Substitute 1, an act relating to the Kentucky Horse Park. Senate Bill 127 should pass, an act relating to actuarial cost of annual leave payments in the teacher's retirement system. And Senate Bill 251 should pass, an act relating to the Department of Corrections.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. All those bills and resolutions receiving favorable committee reports shall be considered as having their first reading and are ordered placed upon the calendar. Senate Bill 39, having received a previous reading, shall be considered as having its second reading and is ordered in the possession of the Rules Committee for further action. Senate Bill 1, having received two previous readings, is ordered in the possession of the Rules Committee for further action. Next order of business, the orders of the day. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that House Rule 51 be suspended to allow action on House bills today.
Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 1 and Senate Bill 195 be taken from the Committee on Rules and placed in the orders of the day.
Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 49 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage.
Motion's made and seconded that Senate Bill 49 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 49, an act relating to battery stewardship. Senator Elkins.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I yield to the gentleman from Webster 12 for explanation of the bill and motion thereon.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Webster for explanation of bill and a motion thereon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen. I would ask the clerk, would you have the clerk report House Committee Amendment 1, please?
Clerk, please report.
House Committee Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 49.
Gentleman from Webster.
All that the House Committee Amendment does is just change the date for when the stewardship by the Cabinet has to be implemented, and that date is March 31st, 2027. So with that, I would move passage of the House Committee Amendment 1.
Motion is for the adoption of House Committee Amendment 1. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. House Committee Amendment 1 is adopted. Gentleman from Webster.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, this bill is a safety first issue. I know we've all used lithium batteries in things like our weed eaters and leaf blowers and all types of things like that, vacuums. But once those batteries are used, they should not be thrown into the regular curbside trash. If a couple of these batteries get together and the terminals connect, they can be very volatile. They can cause explosions. They can cause fires. And these fires have a potential of hurting, people in that are in the recycling or maybe even, the garbage collectors and those sorts of things. And so what this bill tries to do is it just establishes a program. It's a voluntary program whereby some of your large retailers, such as Home Depot and Lowe's, I think, will accept these. And we're just trying to educate people and have some other places where they can go to be safe with the disposal of these lithium batteries. So with that, if there's no questions, I would move passage of Senate Bill 49 as amended by House Committee Amendment 1, please.
Question before the body is passage of Senate Bill 49 as amended by House Committee Amendment 1. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk will sound the chimes. Those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. Roll call is open for your vote. Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change or explain their vote? Clerk will take the roll. Being 86 members voting aye, no members voting nay, Senate Bill 49, as amended by House Committee Amendment 1, is passed. Gentleman from Webster.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the clincher.
Without objection, so ordered. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 57 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage.
Motion's made and seconded that Senate Bill 57 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 57, an act relating to nuclear energy development. Senator Carroll.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I yield to the gentleman from McCracken 3 for explanation of the bill and motion thereon.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from McCracken 3.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, today I rise in support of Senate Bill 57, legislation that prepares Kentucky for the next generation of reliable, affordable American and Kentucky-made energy. Senate Bill 57 is simple. Its mission to make Kentucky competitive for the nuclear projects and the major industrial investments that's reshaping our national economy. 57, the nuclear establishes and creates a nuclear site readiness pilot program, a structured, accountable path to pursue the federal approvals required for any modern nuclear facility, early site permits, construction permits, and combined license. The state's role is limited. It's up to $25 million per project, and it caps it at 3 projects at this time. But please be mindful, this is not an appropriations bill. This is a structure bill that if this should be appropriated in the future, we have the framework to produce it. It's also not available for speculative ventures, no setting on property, no transferring assets, nothing like that. This is for those ready to go to work. Oversight rests with NETA, the Kentucky Nuclear Energy Development Authority, and it also works alongside our energy and economic development cabinets. Projects will be scored on site suitability, economic impacts, and geographic diversity, and the level of private investment. NETA will recommend the projects, and the good thing is this General Assembly will have final approval in future sessions on any money that would be spent. Applicants must pursue a nuclear-ready community designation and show real measurable benefits in electricity. Senate Bill 57 also, and I know my partners over in the East are concerned about this, cost recovery protections, and I can just tell you the recovery is tied to the heavy user, not Kentucky families. We also updated our incentive laws to ensure entire nuclear energy ecosystem. Colleagues, the competition is not theoretical. Texas has invested over $350 million in this. Tennessee has taken 2 steps, one is $70 million and one is $60 million in just the last few years. We want to make Kentucky competitive. We have been a leader in the energy industry for many, many decades, and we want to continue to do so. And nuclear is the future of our competition. So with that, Mr. Speaker, I move for passage Senate Bill 57.
Question before the body is passage of Senate Bill 57. Is there any discussion? Chair recognizes the lady from Jefferson 35 for discussion of the matter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Will the gentleman yield to a question?
He will yield.
So definitely I see the need for this, but what assurances are there in the bill that the cost of this isn't going to be carried by consumers, by ratepayers?
Okay, the
Gentleman from
McCracken. Sorry, Mr. Speaker, getting ahead of myself. There are requirements for bond issues to secure that they follow through with their projects.
Lady from Jefferson 35.
Thank you.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Fayette 45 for discussion of the matter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Will the gentleman yield to a question?
He will yield.
It's in the same vein as the lady from Jefferson's question again. Like, this is 26 pages of good legislation, but I just worry about the cost recovery on page 7. You mentioned that cost recovery would essentially be borne by heavy users, I believe you said, and not residential customers. Can you just give me some more warm fuzzies on what that means so that normal Kentuckians aren't paying for these licenses?
Gentleman from McCracken.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I appreciate that's a good question. Basically, to get the first initial sites for small modular reactors, there's going to be a big user with the need of that instantly, and such as a data center or a large manufacturer. And in these agreements, it's going to require them to sustain the cost recovery, and then any excess energy left over after that process will be put on the open market for consumers, so it protects the consumer. And then the expense is in the first unit built. And most of these sites will be built where there'll be multiple units to be able to add, and a lot of the expense is in the permitting process. Once you get one built, then you don't have that heavy expense on the ones down the road. And those are the ones that we'd probably look for regular day-to-day electricity supplies.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you, gentlemen, for that explanation.
Chair recognizes the lady from Jefferson 41 for discussion of the matter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Could I ask the gentleman a question?
He will yield to a question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I too have real concerns about our ratepayers because all we've heard this whole session and this whole winter is how expensive the bills are. So I am concerned not only about that, but I'm concerned about environmental issues. And is that included in the bill to make sure that the build is constructed safely? We've had the accident at Chernobyl. We've had 3 Mile Island, that nuclear energy plant in Japan. I think that people can't live within like 50 miles of that. Many people died. Is there information, or is there language in this bill that protects or makes sure that the builds are done to the highest level and also protects the environmental ground sites around it?
Gentleman from McCracken.
Yes, I believe there is, and the key wordage is there. It goes through NRC permitting approval, and they got to meet all their stringent standards. The new technology with small SMRs and the new nuclear is so much advanced over the old technology, and the NRC is very strict on their guidelines of what has to be done for preventive measures, safety measures throughout the whole process. So that's at the federal level, but they are very stringent on that. I've spent the last several years going to different national labs, looking at these things along with the gentleman from McCracken, Senator Carroll, and the lady from Davies County. We have been on numerous trips to look at this new technology, and it is absolutely amazing. But the NRC has guidelines built into their permitting process. So if they don't reach those guidelines, the permits will not be given, and there's approvals throughout the system as they build to make sure they meet those.
Lady from Jefferson.
Thank you. Can I speak on the bill?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I've always had serious concerns about nuclear energy plants, and I know we need alternate energy for our state to be able to be competitive. And of course, all y'all know maybe that I've always been an advocate of check every box: wind, biothermal or geothermal, solar, everything that could possibly give energy at a cheaper rate to our consumers. But the concern I have with nuclear energy is that there is not an inch of room for a mistake. One mistake, and you have destroyed a whole community within miles. And that area will be uninhabitable for years and years and years. It also can render folks sterile or give them cancer, or women will deliver children with terrible birth defects. So my concern with nuclear goes beyond how much people have to pay. I think we really need to be careful. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Question before the body is passage of Senate Bill 57. Clerk will sound the chimes. Those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. Roll call is open for your vote. Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change or explain their vote? Clerk will take the roll. Been 82 members voting aye, 11 members voting nay. Senate Bill 57 is passed. Gentleman from McCracken.
Move for clincher.
Without objection, so ordered. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 195 be taken from its place in the orders of the day and read for the third time by title and sponsor only and placed upon its passage.
Motion's made and seconded that Senate Bill 195 be taken from its place on the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only and placed upon its passage. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 195, an act relating to civil causes of action. Senator Richardson.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I yield to the gentleman from Jefferson 33 for explanation of the bill and motion thereon.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Jefferson 33 for explanation of the bill and a motion thereon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This bill has had a lot of changes since it was initially filed. What it is before us today is what it says, that if the road contractor draws up its plans, the engineer draws up the plans, the contractor does the work in compliance with the plans, and it's approved by the government, then there is a rebuttable presumption that there shouldn't be any recovery against that contractor. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to ask the clerk to report House Floor Amendment 3, please.
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 3 to Senate Bill 195.
Gentleman from Jefferson, you need the House Committee substitute.
Did we adopt the substitute? Yeah. Mr. Speaker, I apologize. The House Committee substitute. I retract that motion, ask the clerk to call House Committee Substitute 1.
Clerk, please report.
House Committee Substitute 1 to Senate Bill 195.
Gentleman from Jefferson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just explained that. I move adoption of House Committee Substitute 1.
Motion is for the adoption of House Committee Substitute 1. Is there any discussion of the committee substitute? Seeing none, clerk will sound. Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. House Committee Substitute 1 is adopted. Gentleman from Jefferson 33.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now I ask the clerk to report House Floor Amendment 3.
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 3 to Senate Bill 195.
Gentleman from Jefferson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. All House Floor Amendment 3 does is also give those same protections to engineers. With that, Mr. Speaker, I ask for adoption of House Floor Amendment 3.
Motion is for the adoption of House Floor Amendment 3. Is there any discussion of the floor amendment? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. House Floor Amendment 3 is adopted. Gentleman from Jefferson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to yield to the gentleman from Whitley for a friendly floor amendment.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Whitley.
Mr. Speaker, could the clerk please report House Floor Amendment 1?
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 195.
Gentleman from Whitley.
Mr. Speaker, House Floor Amendment 1 contains provisions of House Bill 442 that address the Safe at Home program, in addition of some attorneys to that program. I move for adoption of House Floor Amendment 1.
Motion is for the adoption of House Floor Amendment 1. Is there any discussion of the floor amendment? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. House Floor Amendment 1 is adopted. Gentleman from Jefferson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move passage of Senate Bill 195 as amended by House Committee Substitute 1, House Floor Amendment 1, House Floor Amendment 3.
Question before the body is passage of Senate Bill 195 as amended by House Committee Substitute 1, House Floor Amendment 1, and House Floor Amendment 3. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk will sound the chimes. Those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. Roll call is open for your vote. Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change or explain their vote? Clerk will take the roll. There being 66 members voting aye, 25 members voting nay, House Bill 195 is amended by House Committee Substitute 1, House Floor Amendment 1, and House Floor Amendment 3 is passed. Gentleman from Jefferson 33.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I ask the clerk to report House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment.
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment to Senate Bill 195.
Gentleman from Jefferson.
I ask move adoption of House Floor Amendment 2.
Motions for the adoption of House Floor Amendment 2. Those in favor signify by voting aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. House Floor Amendment 2 is adopted. Gentleman from Jefferson 33.
Move the clincher.
Without objection, clincher is applied. Lady from Davis.
Can I go ahead? The Clerk of the Senate.
Chair recognizes the Clerk of the Senate.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, the Senate is returning Senate Bill 245 and requests that this honorable body recede from its amendment.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 102 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage.
Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 102, an act relating to the Kentucky State Police. Senator Reed.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I yield to the gentleman from Perry 84 for explanation of the bill and motion thereon.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Perry for explanation of the bill and a motion thereon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Senate Bill 102 upgrades or updates the Trooper R program for the Kentucky State Police. It changes the eligibility window from the retirement date, 60 months and 5 years is the current policy, to the most recent date of service, which resets the 5-year window. I yield to the gentleman from McGoffin for a floor amendment.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from McGoffin.
Mr. Speaker, would you ask clerk to report House Floor Amendment 1?
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 102.
Gentleman from McGoffin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Very simple amendment. We have a few Trooper Rs that's their time will expire and been able to continue working as a Trooper R before this legislation would take effect in July. And so this just makes it an emergency so that they may be able to continue working as a Trooper R. That's all this bill does. There's just a small handful of them, single digits, that this would apply to. So if there's no questions, I move adoption of House Floor Amendment 1.
Motion is for the adoption of House Floor Amendment 1. Is there any discussion of the floor amendment? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. House Floor Amendment 1 is adopted. Gentleman from Perry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If there are no questions, I move passage of Senate Bill 102 as amended by House Floor Amendment 1.
Question before the body is passage of Senate Bill 102 as amended by House Floor Amendment 1. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk will sound the chimes. Those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. Roll call is open for your vote. Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change or explain their vote? Clerk will take the roll. In 93 members voting aye, no members voting nay, Senate Bill 102 is amended by House Floor Amendment 1 is passed. Gentleman from Perry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Could you ask the clerk to report House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment?
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment to Senate Bill 102.
Gentleman from Perry.
Move adoption.
Without objection, so ordered. Gentleman from Perry.
Move the clincher.
Without objection, clincher is applied. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 278 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage.
Motion is made and seconded that Senate Bill 278 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 278, an act relating to the Department of Kentucky State Police. Senator Reed.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I yield again to the gentleman from Perry 84 for explanation of the bill and motion thereon.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Perry for explanation of the bill and a motion thereon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Senate Bill 278 allows Kentucky State Troopers to work approved off-duty law enforcement jobs. It brings KSP in line with local law enforcement agencies that are already doing this. All work must be approved by the Kentucky State Police Commissioner or his designee. It cannot interfere with troopers' primary duty or performance, and no conflicts of interest are allowed. It clearly defines approved work as work for public entities, road and infrastructure projects, state-funded or public safety assignments, or ticketed events needing law enforcement presence. It clearly defines prohibited work as retail stores, private parties or weddings, or businesses where alcohol is the primary activity. It requires policies written for uniform use, vehicles, and equipment use, and it also is no new cost to the taxpayers. This is a bill that was presented last year that I opposed. This year changes have been made, and I 100% support it. And if there are no questions, Mr. Speaker, I move passage of Senate Bill 278.
Question before the body is passage of Senate Bill 278. Is there any discussion? Chair recognizes the gentleman from Taylor for discussion of the matter.
Mr. Speaker, would the gentleman yield to a question?
He will yield.
Gentlemen, just a thought. Does these last two bills that you are sponsoring, do they affect the big boy breakfast tomorrow morning that the state police sponsor?
Gentleman from Perry.
Absolutely not.
Gentleman from Taylor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Question. Chair recognizes the gentleman from Fayette 79 for discussion of the matter.
Would the sponsor yield to a quick question?
He will yield.
Mr. Sponsor and committee, I think there's an important thing for this body to know. Not only were you and some other retired law enforcement officers against this last year, I believe the Kentucky State Police was also against this measure last year, but this year they spoke in favor of the bill and support this legislation. Is that correct?
Gentleman from Perry.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
Gentleman
Speaker.
from Fayette. Question before the body's passage of Senate Bill 278. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, clerk will sound the chimes. Those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. Roll call is open for your vote. Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change or explain their vote? Clerk will take the roll. There being 95 members voting aye, no members voting nay, Senate Bill 278 is passed. Gentleman from Perry.
Move clincher.
Without objection, clincher plays. House standities. House come to order. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 245 be taken from the rules and placed in the orders for receding or not receding.
Without objection, so ordered. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 245 be taken from the orders of the day for receding or not receding from the House amendments.
Without objection, so ordered. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 245, an act relating to tobacco, nicotine, or vapor product licensure and declaring an emergency.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move the House not recede from House amendment to Senate Bill 245.
Motion is that the House does not recede from House amendments to Senate Bill 245. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor of not receding signify by voting aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. House does not recede from the House amendments to Senate Bill 245. Madam Clerk, please communicate with the Clerk of the Senate that the House does not recede and request the appointment of the Conference Committee. Chair hereby appoints the following House members to a Conference Committee and subsequent Free Conference Committee. Gentleman from Bourbon, Chair. Gentleman from Christian 9, lady from Butler, gentleman from Jefferson 46. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 219 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage.
Motion is made and seconded that Senate Bill 219 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 219, an act relating to deferred deposit transaction fees imposed by the Commissioner, Senator Howell.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I yield to the gentleman from Taylor 51 for explanation of the bill and motion thereon.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Taylor for explanation of the bill and a motion thereon.
Mr. Speaker, please ask the clerk to report House Committee Substitute 1.
Clerk, please report.
House Committee Substitute 1 to Senate Bill 219.
Gentleman from Taylor.
Move adoption.
Motion is for the adoption of House Committee Substitute 1. Is there any discussion of the committee substitute? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. House Committee Substitute 1 is adopted. Gentleman from Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Senate Bill 219, as amended by the committee substitute, is a payday lending cleanup bill that does two things. First, it removes the Department of Financial Institutions' authority to set the payday lending database fee and sets the fee at the $3 cap that this General Assembly voted on in the 2024 session. The payday loan limit has never been raised, and $500 doesn't go as far as it used to, as we all know. The second thing this bill will do is increase the payday loan limit to $600 and applies an inflation escalator that caps out at $850. I want our payday lending industry to be regulated. I do not want the general funds to pay for that regulation, and for that, I support these changes. Mr. Speaker, I yield to the gentleman from Jessamine for a friendly amendment.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Jessamine.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Would you please have the clerk call House Floor Amendment 1?
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 219.
Gentleman from Jessamine.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This simple floor amendment just allows these companies to continue collecting on a debt even after the account is closed. I move adoption.
Motion is for the adoption of House Floor Amendment 1. Is there any discussion of the floor amendment? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. House Floor Amendment 1 is adopted. Gentleman from Taylor.
Mr. Speaker, that's what the bill does. I move passage of the Senate Bill 219 as amended by the committee, or House Committee Sub 1 and the House Floor Amendment 1.
Question before the bodies. Passage of Senate Bill 219 as amended by House Committee Substitute 1 and House Floor Amendment 1. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk will sound the chimes. Those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. Roll call is open for your vote. Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change or explain their vote? Clerk will take the roll. Being 87 members voting aye, 5 members voting nay, Senate Bill 219 is amended by House Committee Substitute 1 and House Floor Amendment 1 is passed. Gentleman from Taylor.
I move for clincher.
Gentleman from Taylor, would you
Let me withdraw that last
draw
motion,
that
Mr.
movement
Speaker.
of that motion, please?
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I move for adoption the House Committee Amendment Title Number 1.
Clerk, please report to Committee Amendment 1.
House Committee Amendment 1, the title amendment to Senate Bill 219.
Gentleman from Taylor, now your motion.
Yeah. Move adoption.
Motion is for the adoption of House Committee Amendment 1, the title amendment. Those in favor signify by voting aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. House Committee Amendment 1 is adopted. Gentleman from Taylor.
Move for clincher.
Without objection, clincher is applied. Lady from Davis.
I think he was too worried about that big boy breakfast tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 18 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage.
Motion is made and seconded that Senate Bill 18 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 18, an act relating to the practice of podiatry. Senator Richardson.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I yield to the gentleman from Warren 17 for explanation of the bill and motion thereon.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Warren for explanation of bill and a motion thereon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Please have the clerk report House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 18.
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 18.
Gentleman from Warren.
I'm going to yield to the gentleman from Laurel 90 for explanation and adoption of this friendly floor amendment.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Laurel.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I appreciate the gentleman for being willing to work with me on this. This is language from House Bill 141. That was our Type 1 diabetes in schools bill we passed unanimously earlier this session. Unfortunately, I have run out of time on a good piece of legislation, and so dealing with this bill is with podiatry and the complications that can arise from diabetes. It felt like a good place to put the bill, but I would move adoption.
Motion is for the adoption of House Floor Amendment 1. Is there any discussion of the floor amendment? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. House Floor Amendment 1 is adopted. Gentleman from Warren.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Senate Bill 18 updates Kentucky's podiatry laws to reflect how foot and ankle care is practiced today. It modernizes licensing, strengthens oversight, and helps more Kentuckians, especially those with diabetes, receive timely treatment. It allows podiatrists to supervise physician assistants just like other medical professionals already do. And that supervision must be approved by both the Board of Medical Licensure and the Board of Podiatry. It also requires new podiatrists beginning in 2027 to complete at least 2 years of residency training, bringing Kentucky in line with modern national standards. In short, this bill improves access to care, supports team-based medicine, and modernizes training without expanding the scope of podiatry. So, Mr. Speaker, I move passage of Senate Bill 18 as amended by House Floor Amendment 1.
Question before the body is passage of Senate Bill 18 as amended by House Floor Amendment 1. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk will sound the chimes. Those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. Roll call is open for your vote. Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change or explain their vote? Clerk will take the roll. Being 91 members voting aye, 1 member voting nay, Senate Bill 18 is amended by House Floor Amendment 1 is passed. Gentleman from Warren.
Mr. Speaker, please have the clerk report House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment.
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment to Senate Bill 18.
Gentleman from Warren.
Move adoption.
Without objection, so ordered. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 20, oh,
Gentleman from Warren.
Move the clincher.
Without objection, it's clinched. Lady from Davis.
I'm very anxious. Mr. Mr. Speaker. It's been a long week. Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 27 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage.
Motion's made and seconded that Senate Bill 27 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage. Clerk, please report. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I yield.
You want to restate that motion?
Mr. Speaker, did I have my wrong number? All right, let's try it again. Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 29 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage.
Motion's made and seconded that Senate Bill 29 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 29, an act relating to solid waste management facilities. Senator Elkins.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I yield to the lady from Butler.
Chair recognizes the lady from Butler for explanation of bill and a motion thereon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Would you ask the clerk to report House Committee Substitute 1?
Clerk, please report.
House Committee Substitute 1 to Senate Bill 29.
Lady from Butler.
Move adoption.
Motion is for the adoption of House Committee Substitute 1. Is there any discussion of the committee substitute? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye. Those opposed, nay. House Committee Substitute 1 is adopted. Lady from Butler.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The substitute adds agreed-upon language by stakeholders, including CAECO and the County Judges Association, clarifies that a solid waste management district or county cannot apply taxes or fees on a solid waste facility located in another county. It does not affect host or franchise fee agreements and does not affect a county's ability to regulate waste haulers' activities within their own county's borders. The sub also adds language from House Bill 108 that previously passed this chamber this session, clarifying that a residual waste landfill is subject to local determination if the waste generator and landfill are housed in separate counties. House Floor Amendment Number 3 will add agreed upon language regarding that portion of the bill, clarifying that certain industries are exempt from this on land that they own prior to January 1st, 2026. Please ask the clerk to report House Floor Amendment Number 3.
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 3 to Senate Bill 29.
Lady from Butler.
Move adoption.
Motion is for the adoption of House Floor Amendment 3. Is there any discussion of the floor amendment? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye. Those opposed, nay. House Floor Amendment 3 is adopted. Lady from Butler.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would move passage of Senate Bill 29 as amended by House Committee Substitute 1 and House Floor Amendment Number 3.
Question before the body is passage of Senate Bill 29 as amended by House Committee Substitute 1 and House Floor Amendment 3. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk will sound the chimes. Those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. Roll call is open for your vote. Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change or explain their vote? Chair recognizes the gentleman from Pendleton for explanation of vote not to exceed 2 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, I pushed the wrong button. I apologize.
Have all members voted? Clerk will take the roll. There being 70 members voting aye, 19 members voting nay, Senate Bill 29 is amended by House Committee Substitute 1 and House Floor Amendment 3 is passed. Lady from Butler.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Would you have the clerk to report House Floor Amendment number 2, the title amendment?
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment to Senate Bill 29.
Lady from Butler.
Move adoption.
Without objection, so ordered. Lady from Butler.
Move the clincher.
Without objection, so ordered. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 100 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage.
Question before the bodies. Senate Bill 100 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 100, an act relating to the Energy Planning and Inventory Commission and declaring an emergency. Senator Mills.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, this bill, Senate Bill 100, is an extension of the Energy Planning and Inventory Commission that was created by us in 2023. The three main things it does, just to kind of clarify, makes it more independent. It still remains attached to UK. It is mainly to make sure that making energy decisions are by energy industry and experts on that. This bill includes some open records exemptions because they do contain highly confidential information. Other than that, the main point of it is we need more power in Kentucky. Please move for passage for Senate Bill 100 unless there are any questions. I need to adopt the House Committee Substitute 1, please.
Clerk, please report.
House Committee Substitute 1 to Senate Bill 100.
Motion is for the adoption of House Committee Substitute 1. Is there any discussion of the committee substitute? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. House Committee Substitute 1 is adopted. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move passage of Senate Bill 100 as amended by House Committee Substitute 1. If there are no further questions, I move for adoption.
Question before the body is passage of Senate Bill 100 is amended by House Committee Substitute 1. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk will sound the chimes. Those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. Roll call is open for your vote. Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change or explain their vote? Clerk will take the roll. Being 82 members voting aye, 12 members voting nay, Senate Bill 100, as amended by House Committee Substitute 1, is passed. Lady from Davis.
Move the clincher.
Without objection, clincher is applied. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 222 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage.
Motion is made and seconded that Senate Bill 222 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 222, an act relating to environmental covenants and declaring an emergency. Senator Herron.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, this measure updates the Kentucky environmental cleanup laws as it's related to redevelopment of previous contaminated property in Brownsfields. At this time, I would like to yield to the gentleman from Webster.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Webster.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once my father told me when I was younger that the one thing they're not making any more of is land. Now, I think that was probably advice that he meant for me to take, that I ought to buy some, and I didn't do that. But that still applies today with the land that we use to make a development, whether they're subdivisions or businesses that come into a place or whatever. And often people don't want to buy up previously developed brownfield properties because there may be some contamination on those or whatever. And so then they go out to the green fields and they want to buy up the the farmland, the prime farmland, and that sort of thing. And that's not what we want people to do. So several years ago, I helped to pass a law here that actually tried to improve and incentivize the creation and development of brownfields. And what we did with that bill was to make sure that if you bought that property and the cabinet would come in and tell you what you had to do or whatever, that if you made those improvements, you weren't going to get hit with future liabilities because something else had happened or whatever. And so that's a project that has been developed, been going along pretty well for a long time. But I think there may have been, and the attempt of this bill is to make sure that it's working as it was intended. And so it's to try to redevelop brownfields instead of using all the green fields out there in open spaces that we need to preserve. And with that, I'm just supportive of Senate Bill 222.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, if there are no questions, I move adoption of Senate Bill 222.
Question before the body is passage of Senate Bill 222. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk will sound the chimes. Those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. Roll call is open for your vote. Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change or explain their vote? Clerk will take the roll. There being 94 members voting aye, no members voting nay, Senate Bill 222 is passed. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 153 be taken from its place in the orders of the...
Lady
I'm
Davis.
sorry, the clincher. I need to have the clincher, please.
It's clinched. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 153 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, placed upon its passage.
Motion's made and seconded that Senate Bill 153 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 153, an act relating to the prevention of harmful and fraudulent practices. Senator Elkins.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I yield to the gentleman from Edmondson 19 for explanation of the bill and motion thereon.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Edmondson for explanation of bill and a motion thereon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, Senate Bill 153 seeks to address two issues: unscrupulous contractors and protecting Kentuckians who have been impacted by a natural disaster. The bill makes changes to the current Consumer Protection Code to encompass solicitors that may be working on behalf of a contractor. It requires contractors to include language in their contracts related to assignment of benefit prohibitions, which are already in the statute. Prohibits vandalism to property in order to create an insurance claim and makes that a criminal act. It allows for the Attorney General to have concurrent jurisdiction with county attorneys and Commonwealth's attorneys in the prosecution of insurance fraud to make sure that we are getting those things taken care of. And would establish a post-disaster registry for contractors engaging in the business of roof or siding repairs and replacement, along with water damage mitigation and tree or debris removal after a disaster. When the registry has been initiated, contractors have to have their certification available at each job site they work on, and then it would prohibit contractors from soliciting door-to-door for 90 days after a disaster to ensure that people, consumers affected and those solicitors would be safe in those disaster situations. That is what the bill does. I'd be happy to answer any questions that members may have, but would move passage of Senate Bill 153.
Question before the body's passage of Senate Bill 153. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk will sound the chimes. Those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. Roll call is open for your vote. Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change or explain their vote? Clerk will take the roll. Being 90 members voting aye, no members voting nay, Senate Bill 153 is passed. Gentleman from Edmondson.
Move the clincher.
Without objection, clincher is applied. Lady from Davis.
The Clerk of the Senate.
Chair recognizes the Clerk of the Senate.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, the Senate has passed Senate Bill 185 and respectfully request concurrence of this honorable body.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Chair recognizes the gentleman from Bullet 49, the Chair of the Enrollment Committee, for an Enrollment Committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Enrollment Committee has met and found the following bills to be in order and ready for your signature: Senate Bill 59, Senate Bill 73, and Senate Bill 101.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chair is about to sign Senate Bill 59. Chair is about to sign Senate Bill 73. Chair is about to sign Senate Bill 101. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 17 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage.
Motion is made and seconded that Senate Bill 17 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title and sponsor only, and placed upon its passage. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 17, an act relating to the protection of children. Senator Storm.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I yield to the lady from Kenton 65 for explanation of the bill and motion thereon.
Chair recognizes the lady from Kenton 65 for explanation of bill and a motion thereon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Senate Bill 17 updates a few provisions of the statutes governing the CASA programs. It reduces the minimum requirement for board members from 15 to 12. It removes the prohibition on cabinet employees serving as CASA volunteers or being employees, and instead limits the bar to just Department of Community-Based Services. It removes the entity name National CASA Association from our statutes while continuing to require the KCN to monitor for compliance with national standards, and it updates the Kentucky CASA Association to be the Kentucky CASA Network. With that, Mr. Speaker, I move passage of Senate Bill 17.
Question before the body is passage of Senate Bill 17. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk will sound the chimes. Those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. Roll call is open for your vote. Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change or explain their vote? Clerk will take the roll. There being 92 members voting aye, no members voting nay, Senate Bill 17 is passed. Lady from Kenton 65.
Move to clincher.
Without objection, clincher is applied. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, may we stand at ease for a moment?
House stand at ease. House come to order. Lady from Davis.
That concludes the orders of the day.
Next order of business is motions, petitions, communications, and announcements. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Senate Bill 185 be taken from the Committee on Committees, given a first reading, and returned to the Committee on Committees.
Without objection, so ordered. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 185, Senator McDaniel, an act relating to Kentucky State University and declaring an emergency.
Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move that House Bill 558, 598, House Bill 613, House Bill 535, House Bill 356, House Bill 498, and House Concurrent Resolution 107 be taken from the orders of the day, recommitted to the Committee on Rules.
Without objection, so ordered. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to yield to the gentleman from Rockcastle.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Rockcastle.
Make an announcement to the body.
Yes, sir.
Members of the Appropriations and Revenue Committee, we will be meeting today upon adjournment in Annex Room 131.
Members take note. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I want to recognize at least we've got a really close to a half-century milestone with us today. We have the 49th wedding anniversary of the gentleman from Webster and his lovely wife, Alta. So let's please wish them a happy anniversary.
Lady from Davis.
That is all I have at this time.
Chair recognizes the lady from Jefferson 35. For what purpose, ma'am?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Could you please ask the clerk to report House Resolution 91?
Clerk, please report.
Citation 91. Citation of celebration. The House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Kentucky hereby recognizes and honors Kentucky to the world.
Lady from Jefferson 35.
I think we got our wires crossed, Mr. Speaker.
Citation 91, Representative Nemus and Representative Marzian. Citation of appreciation. The House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Kentucky hereby recognizes and honors Mike O'Connell.
Lady from Jefferson 35.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Would you mind to restate your motion? There seems to be a bit of confusion.
There does. So this is a resolution on May as Mental Health Month, and I believe it is House Resolution 91.
Clerk, please report.
Three times the charm, I hope.
Clerk, please report.
House Resolution 91, a resolution declaring May as Mental Health Month in Kentucky.
Lady from Jefferson.
That's the one. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you to the clerk. Good mental health is essential to everyone's overall health and well-being. Sometimes good mental health means being a little bit flexible when things go as unexpectedly. In any given year, nearly 1 in 5 adults will have a diagnosable mental health condition. The good news is that mental health conditions are treatable and recovery is attainable. Since 1949, Mental Health America, MHA, has led the effort to promote mental wellness by recognizing May as Mental Health Month. And MHA Kentucky is the Commonwealth's longest serving nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting mental health, well-being, and prevention. Mental Health America's theme for Mental Health Month 2026 is More Good Days Together. The theme reflects the importance of helping people have more good days by meeting them where they are, supporting them as whole people, and understanding that a good day is defined by their unique experiences and goals. This year's theme encourages everyone to reflect on what a good day looks like, both individually and in our communities. Together, we can use that insight to connect people to the right support at the right time and shape advocacy, education, and community engagement to make more good days possible for all. The path toward good mental health may look for everyone, but we all need and deserve more good days together. I think this year's theme has particular relevance for us as policymakers and as people elected by our communities to serve the greater good. I believe that together we can truly help there to be more good days for all the people we collectively serve through the policies we make. So, be it resolved that the House of Representatives of the General Assembly declares this May as Mental Health Month 26 in Kentucky and calls upon the citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, and schools to recommit their communities to increasing awareness and understanding of mental health. Mr. Speaker, move for adoption.
Without objection, so ordered. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I neglected to yield to a gentleman. I need to yield to the gentleman from Perry for a very special announcement.
Chair recognizes the special gentleman from Perry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We've all talked about the big boy breakfast today, and because of that, KSPPA has extended it one more Friday. If you've not made it to the breakfast, come out in the morning at 0700. All legislators, including big boys, can come.
Members, take note. Chair recognizes the gentleman from Campbell 67. For what purpose, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to act on a legislative citation, please.
Yes, sir.
Would you have the clerk report citation number 92 by title only?
Clerk, please report.
Citation 92, Representative Lehman. Citation of appreciation. The House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Kentucky hereby recognizes and honors the Brighton Center.
Gentleman from Campbell.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to honor the Brighton Center on its 60th anniversary. This is an organization that has become a cornerstone of the Northern Kentucky community. The Brighton Center was founded in 1966 in a small corner storefront in Newport on 8th and Brighton Street by members of the Corpus Christi Catholic Church, including my dad's cousin. He was the assistant pastor there at the time, the Reverend Bill Newroth. The center began with a simple but powerful mission. It was to help families from Appalachia who had been coming north in search of opportunity. Many of these people had no work and were struggling to survive. During the earliest days, the Brighton Street Center, as it was called then, was only open in the summer, provided recreation and food programs for the neighborhood children. But in 1968, it was based on recommendations from social workers from the Catherine Spalding College in Louisville. The center started emergency assistance and community organizing programs. Also in 1968, there was a college student who started volunteering at the center, Mr. Bob Brewster. Mr. Brewster quickly became the first full-time employee, and in 1969 became the director. Under Mr. Brewster's 43 years of leadership and the overwhelming and continued support of all of Northern Kentucky, the Brighton Center has expanded its reach over the years, now serves 8 counties, provides services ranging from housing to early childhood education, emergency services, to those in the most difficult situations, as well as financial and employment services to get people back on their feet. 60 years later, today, continuing under the leadership of only the center's third CEO, Wanda Winkler, the Brighton Center continues to grow, serves thousands of individuals and families at 17 locations throughout Northern Kentucky. But what truly sets this organization apart is its focus on long-term self-sufficiency, helping people not just get by, but get ahead. So I ask this body to join me in congratulating the Brighton Center on its 60th anniversary and for many successful years in the future. So with that, Mr. Speaker, I move for adoption of this citation.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Edmondson. For what purpose, sir?
Mr. Speaker, we're going to try this again. The lady from Jefferson called a citation a few minutes ago, and I heard it being mine. So we'll call floor citation number 93. Clerk, please report.
Clerk, please report.
Citation 93, Representative Meredith. Citation of Celebration. The House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Kentucky hereby recognizes and honors Kentucky to the world.
Gentleman from Edmondson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Kentucky to the World tells the stories of Kentuckians, our communities, and the Commonwealth as a whole, and we want to honor them today. Would move adoption of the citation.
Without objection, so ordered. Any other member seeking recognition? Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, please move Senate Bill 197 be taken from the Committee on A&R, given a second reading, and returned to A&R.
Without objection, so ordered. Clerk, please report.
Senate Bill 197, Senator Wheeler, an act relating to economic development and declaring an emergency.
Lady from Davis.
That is all I have at this time.
Any other member seeking recognition of motions, petitions, communications, and announcements? Seeing none, the next order of business is introduction of new resolutions. Clerk, please report.
House Concurrent Resolution 128, Representative Massaroni, a concurrent resolution establishing the KRS Review Task Force. House Bill 129, Representative Burke, a resolution recognizing May 2026 as Save Your Tooth Month in Kentucky. House Resolution 130, Representative Hancock, a resolution recognizing May 2026 as Amyotrophic Lateral Sclerosis Awareness Month in Kentucky. And House Resolution 131, Representative Wilson, a resolution recognizing November 2026 as Grieving Children and Families Month in Kentucky.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. The next order of business is a meeting of Committee on Committees and the Rules Committee. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move the House be in recess for a meeting of the Committee on Committees and Rules Committee at the Clerk's desk.
Without objection, the House will stand in recess for a meeting of Committee on Committees and Rules Committee at the Clerk's desk. House come to order. Next order of business, report of Committee on Committees and Rules Committee. Clerk, please report.
The Committee on Committees has met and referred the following bill to Appropriations and Revenue, Senate Bill 185. Also, the committee reports the appointment of Representative Miles to the Enrollment Committee. The Rules Committee has met and posted the following bills and resolutions to the regular orders for Friday, March 27, 2026. Senate Bills 20, 85, 94, 97, and 157.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Next order of business, introduction of floor amendments. Please report.
House Floor Amendment 2 to Senate Bill 1, Representative Nemas. House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 10, Representative Hodgson. House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment to Senate Bill 10, Representative Hodgson. House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 20, Representative Neighbors. House Floor Amendment 2 to the title amendment to Senate Bill 20, Representative Neighbors. House Floor Amendment 3 to Senate Bill 20, Representative Meade. House Floor Amendment 4, the title amendment to Senate Bill 20, Representative Meade. House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 37, Representative Hancock. House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment to Senate Bill 37, Representative Hancock. House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 39, with House Committee Substitute 1, Representative Meade. House Floor Amendment 2 with Senate Bill 39, Representative Osborne. House Floor Amendment 3 to Senate Bill 39, Representative Blanton. House Floor Amendment 4 to Senate Bill 39, Representative Meade. House Floor Amendment 2 to Senate Bill 50, Representative Burke. House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 56, Representative Moser. House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment to Senate Bill 56, Representative Moser. House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 68, Representative Jackson. House Floor Amendment 2 to Senate Bill 68, Representative Jackson. House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 97, Representative Meredith. House Floor Amendment 2 to Senate Bill 110, Representative Blanton. House Floor Amendment 3 to Senate Bill 110, Representative Blanton. House Floor Amendment 5 to Senate Bill 116, Representative Smith. House Floor Amendment 6 to Senate Bill 116, Representative Smith. House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 133, Representative Meade. House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment to Senate Bill 133, Representative Meade. House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 147, Representative Gordon. House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment to Senate Bill 147, Representative Gordon. House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 149, Representative Meade. House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment to Senate Bill 149, Representative Meade. House Floor Amendment 2 to Senate Bill 156, Representative Holloway. House Floor Amendment 2 to Senate Bill 189, Representative Meredith. House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 192, Representative Meade. House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment to Senate Bill 192, Representative Meade. House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 214, Representative Kulkarni. House Floor Amendment 2, the title amendment to Senate Bill 214, Representative Kulkarni. House Floor Amendment 1 to Senate Bill 251, Representative Wilson. House Floor Amendment 4 to Senate Joint Resolution 139, Representative Dossett. And House Floor Amendment 2 to House Bill 686, Representative Moser.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. The next order of business is adjournment. Lady from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, I move the House stand adjourned until 9 a.m. Friday, March 27th, the year of our Lord, 2026.
Without objection, the House shall stand adjourned until 9 a.m. Friday, March 27th, the year of our Lord, 2026.